So.
And let's talk about the play. You've done
Kathleen.
it before, Kathleen, the mother of all the Behans. Kathleen Behan, what a woman. Like, she is an icon of this country, and some people mightn't know that much about her, bar that she's like Brendan and Dominic's mum. So let's talk about Kathleen Behan.
Yeah, well, most people don't really know about Kathleen, and I think that's fine, you know, but I think I really want people to come and see this play, not to come and see me, not to see Peter Sheridan's play, but to learn about our history from the horse's mouth, if you like, because the stories that I'm telling within this play are Kathleen's stories that her son Brian recorded and turned into a book, and then Peter Sheridan turned it into this gorgeous play. And it's just me on stage, but I'm going into all the characters and I'm slagging off our mother-in-law like she would, you know, let me have fine, fat arse, black horses to take me to the cemetery. None of your skinny old knacker, you know. You go into all of those things, and she worked. Constance Markievicz got her a job with Maud Gonne, and she was in the hub of it. Michael Collins sent her money after her husband was killed. She alludes to the fact that she might have had a little thing. She says, Michael Collins, they called him the big fella, but he wasn't that big. Yeah.
Love it. But I mean,
It's really cheeky.
I'm cheeky. But like her life, when you think of it, like homeless with 8 kids at some stage.
I know.
You know, like 8 kids in Dublin, homeless.
Yeah. 7 kids, 9 of them all out on the street. Stephen Behan, our second husband, she was widowed. Her first husband died, the influenza, the Great War.
Spanish flu.
And she was left pregnant with a toddler. And in those, like, she just was trying to make it work. And then she met Stephen Behan, fell madly in love with him. She talks about Nora Barnacle, and she says, I never met James Joyce, but I did meet his wife, Nora Barnacle. Oh, Nora Barnacle, she told me terrible things about that man. Sure, the man was half cracked. London to do, and she says all the terrible things that she wanted to do. Bestride him like Molly Bloom and whip him till he howls. And she tells all these stories, and then she says, Nora Barnacle, Barnacle by name, because she stuck to him through hell or high water. And then she talks about how she fell in love. She said, same as me, because I fell in love with Stephen Behan the minute I set eyes on him. Yeah. But nobody he wasn't as charismatic as she was, but she was mad about him. And they had 5 more kids, and at one point, all 9 of them out with nowhere to live, and she got them a house in Crumlin.
Right. I mean, people expect, like, when they see that, what you're saying, you're living her there. But then the songs, and I know people, I missed it the last time, and I hope to get to see it next week. People said that when you sang, you could hear a pin drop in the 3 Olympia, and that they were just, like, mesmerised by it.
They're great songs.
Yeah. So tell us about the songs that you sing throughout the show as well.
Well, Kathleen brought out her first album in her 80s.
Yeah. Crazy
and
stuff.
She remembered a huge amount of songs that she actually became very important for documenting songs that would have been lost. And she was able to sing at the drop of a hat. So it's not necessarily a musical. It's a play, but I break into song to accentuate. It's a story that I just told, exactly like Kathleen did, and like your granny did. They break into song at the drop of a hat. And so she does that, but the songs are like the L triangle that makes sense of, they were written at the time that these things were happening. So each of the songs we chose carefully to sit well. And one of my favourite songs that's now become my party piece is The Laughing Boy, that was written by Brendan Behan about Michael Collins. So I get to sing her son's song
because
stage.
This woman connects so much of Irish history. Her brother was Padraig Carney, who wrote the national anthem, of course. Stephen Behan, her husband, was one of Michael Collins' 12 apostles, and she was at the hub of so many different things, but also at that point where, you know, she was sent to an orphanage when she was born after her father died, then her mother died. An orphanage. She ends up in tenements. Then she ends up in one in Crumlin when those new houses were built as Ireland started to spread, as Dublin started to spread out. And she's at this crux. And then, of course, her sons Dominic and Brendan achieved this international acclaim.
Yeah, and Brian.
And Brian.
They were for his union. He started all the unions in London. You hear your man Mick Lynch now doing all. He would have been definitely a fan of what, or you know, Brian started all that, and brought London to a halt. I mean, the family were incredible, and it's definitely all from her. And, you know, the women's stories aren't often told.
No.
We hear about the men's stories, and we love the men, but I want to hear the nitty-gritty and the gossip, like what, you know, she tells all the details, and I'm so delighted to be bringing it. Like, the last time we did it, this is the 3rd year, and it keeps selling out, which is incredible.
Yeah.
We did Dublin, we did Cork, so we're doing Dublin again. I'm doing Dublin, Cork, Waterford and Belfast, but it's our story that instead of hearing it from a history book, you're hearing it from a mammy. This is our story, and fighting for freedom and what that means, and that's why I bought me pots and pans.
Yeah, tell us about, because I was just saying your mammies, and like you were saying, like, you are telling her story, but your mammy's in it. Strong mammies in the Liberties are in it. There's people like that. What's this?
These are my pots and pans, because this is the play is all about freedom fighting. A girl that I follow online, Behan, Wizard Bizani won online. She's a journalist in Gaza. She's fighting for freedom, and she's asked everybody at 6 o'clock this evening, all around the world, whatever time 6 o'clock today is, to bang your pots and pans to feed the flipping people in Gaza.
Yeah.
So it's very much Ireland and Palestine. We're so linked in our history. So I'm on. She said, use your platform.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6
today.
o'clock.
The pot, and there's restaurants.
Everybody out, bang your pots and pans to feed. I mean, it's ridiculous what we're having to flip and do, sign petitions, and people doing charity bakes. The world, the leaders should be sorting this out, as we all know. And I know it's morning TV, but we're watching this awfulness. And then here's me trying to do an interview about Kathleen and the freedom fighting, and I'm feeling it every night that these women really fed their families when they were hungry and fought for freedom and did so much. So I'm on to do my...
And anything can do, and I know you say that, but there's restaurants around Ireland doing plates for Palestine at the minute. They're supporting this issue. They're trying to get more aid, and they're trying to support people who are inside in Gaza, that you can get any money to them. Obviously, food is so expensive now, and we know that the aid is just sitting there at border crossings, ready to go in. Someone's inside in Gaza, and it's not getting out. And you're right to do that.
People. Yeah. We know what that's like.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I'm not a politician, but, you know, she said on it, use our platform, and I thought, well, I'm on Ireland AM, you're lovely people. The people in Ireland are amazing. So we're all just going to bang some pots and pans. For what? I don't know, but to show solidarity,
and that's
which is important.
That's all we can do.
What's her name? Where can people find her?
Wizard Bizani won. She's this young girl that had her whole career in front of her as this wonderful journalist, and she decided to document every day, and she'll say, good morning, it's Bizan, it's day 300 and something, it's day 700. No, she's doing each day, and she's saying, bang your pots and pans to feed people.
Wizard Bizani won 6 p.m. today, and as you said, it's a collective. I know it does mean something to some people, and I think you do this. You talk about what is important to you. We all try to do what is important to us. We know. You know, we're 2 days out from Sinead, your good friend Sinead O'Connor's anniversary. Her 2-year anniversary. Sinead would have been doing whatever she could.
And Sinead was absolutely brilliant, and she spoke the truth, and she was brave as anyone I ever knew. She was one of the bravest women, and she took the grief that she got all the time, and she was just full of love all the time, and I miss her. I'll miss her forever. I loved her. I loved her chats on the phone. She was funny as hell. A lot of people don't realise how funny she was. So for Sinead, even, if anything else, let's do what we can, because she always
She did always speak the truth. She always was out there. And I love the fact that you would even say that she was such a good friend. Like, if you didn't answer the phone for a day or two, she'd hound you until you answered that phone.
She wouldn't
She'd be
stop.
literally going, wouldn't stop.
Pick up the phone, pick up the phone, pick up the phone. And I'd get all these mad messages, pick up, she'd have a unicorn's head, pick up the phone and message
She was so funny.
Yeah.
Never forget, she was so funny.
Yeah.
And we know it's 2 days to her second anniversary.
And big love to all of our family.
Absolutely. And remembering her lovely son Shane as well. 3 years gone last January.
So we'll see us at the play, hopefully.
See us at the play.
The
It's
mother
called
of all the beans. It's the Three Olympia from the
hear you
29th to the 2nd of August, and then you said you're bringing it around the country as well.
Oh, can't wait. Absolutely can't wait to bring this story of Yeah, exactly.
Pots and pans, everybody.
Pots
It's
and
all
pans.
about the
Strong
mothers.
spirit. Yeah.
Always great to see you, Imelda.
Brilliant
Thank you
to see
so
you.
much for coming into us. And like the last time you did it, like the reviews were just amazing. People were just in awe of you. So well done. And we didn't even ask you about being a one-woman show and the pressure that brings, but we can talk about that again.
Bother on her.
Grant, thanks for keeping us all going in the morning.
Thanks
a million
so
for coming
much.
in with our
Thank
Bazzani
you.
one. Thank you so much for that. Now,